A decomposed teenager was found in the trunk of d4vd's Tesla. So why is no one charged with the crime? Court is in session. On September 8, 2025, police discovered the highly decomposed remains of Celeste Rivas inside the trunk of a Tesla registered to singer d4vd, David Burke. The car had been sitting for weeks. It was never reported missing. Investigators opened a grand jury investigation. The subpoena language is blunt. It identifies David Burke as the target of an investigation into one count of murder. But despite that language, no charges have been filed. Not murder, not unlawful disposal of a body, nothing. Which raises the obvious question: how does a body wind up in someone's car and nobody is charged? From the prosecutor's perspective, three things matter. First, cause of death. Until the autopsy and toxicology are complete, investigators cannot rule out overdose, accident, or homicide. Second, intent. To charge murder, prosecutors must prove David Burke intentionally caused Celeste Rivas' death, and that evidence must survive a jury. Third, timing. Once charges are filed, the clock starts. Evidence must be disclosed. Speedy trial rights attach. So homicide prosecutors often build the case first. Then they charge, because once the case enters court, there are no do-overs. But critics say something about this case does not add up. When a body is found in the vehicle of an ordinary person, prosecutors often file immediate charges. Things like unlawful disposal of a corpse or evidence tampering. Those charges allow investigators to hold the suspect while investigation continues. But here, that didn't happen, which is why many people believe that if this was an ordinary case, someone would already be fighting these accusations from inside jail. Now let's cross-examine both sides. If prosecutors truly believe David Burke may have committed murder, why is the primary suspect still free? Additionally, if the evidence is too weak to charge anything, why is the grand jury subpoena already reference one count of murder? And there's another problem. It's documented that Burke had a relationship with Celeste Rivas. Her body sat in the trunk of that car for weeks. She may have been dead long before that. So here's the question no one has answered. If you had nothing to do with the death, why didn't you go look for her? Why didn't you ask where she was? Why didn't you report her missing? Because when someone you know disappears, and weeks later their body is found in your car, silence stops being neutral. It becomes evidence. Here's my ruling. Both sides of this internet debate are missing the point. Yes, homicide investigations take time, but when a decomposed teenager is found in the trunk of someone's car, the complete absence of even a preliminary charge is highly unusual. Let's also be honest about something else. When the suspect is a celebrity, at the peak of his career, prosecutors know a mistaken charge could ignite a national firestorm and lead to millions of dollars in damages. So they move carefully, more carefully than they might in an ordinary case. Yes, but caution has limits, because one fact cannot be explained away. Celeste Rivas ended up dead in the trunk of that car. That didn't happen by accident. Someone put her there, and sooner or later, prosecutors will have to decide when to stop investigating and ask the grand jury to vote. And when that happens, the case changes overnight. This has been Crimes Digest, crime news cross-examined. And the lesson for this case is simple. When the truth is locked away inside the trunk, time doesn't bury it. It forces the law to answer for it. If you want more cases analyzed this way, subscribe. I'll see you in the next episode.